Now, I want you to hear why CNN and MSLSD and these other outlets are rejected by the American people. If they went away tomorrow, nobody would know why they're complete failures. I want you to listen to this brief exchange between a guy named Piers Morgan. What does he do now, Mr. Producer? He's, well, I know he's replacing Larry King. What show is he on now? I'm trying to remember. America's Got Talent. That's right. And he's replacing Larry King. And here he is on something called The Early Show on CBS that nobody watches yesterday. He's being asked a question by Amanda Holden. He, Morgan, he's the one with the British accent. Cut 6, go.
With his new CNN show starting in January, it's not too soon for Piers to be thinking about who he'd like to talk to.
Well, I'd love to do President Obama. I like what he's done for the reputation of America abroad, which I'm not sure many Americans fully understand. Bill Clinton, another one.
Oh, yes, I'd love you to.
One of the most charismatic people I've ever seen.
You know what, you jerk. You moron. You come into this country with your burping-like affectation. Obama's done for the reputation of America abroad. What is the reputation of America abroad, you jerk? Why do you come into our own country? My country. Where you're in the lap of luxury, where they pay you to be a jackass. America's reputation abroad. What about Europe's reputation in America? What about the reputation of the Middle East in America? That's all I care about. Screw all you apologists. This jerk is going to replace Larry King, make millions and millions of dollars for being an a-hole. It's all right. Hannity will kick his ass the way he kicked Larry King's ass. That 9 p.m. slot is the toughest slot on TV. And Hannity beats them all. And he beats them all because of jerks like this. And because Hannity actually loves his country. I like what he's done, Obama, for the reputation of America abroad. What do you mean? Crap on it? Crap on America's reputation abroad? Bow down to dictators and tyrants? You schmo. And don't ask me again. No caller here. I don't want to hear a single damn moron call this program telling me, well, what will the Muslims think abroad? What will the Arabs think abroad? What will the Middle East, what will the world think? I don't give a crap. Let them worry about us. This jerky mom decides to put a mosque at ground zero, and we're all supposed to ignore it when he's intentionally provoking us. Then we have our moron apologists like Bloomturd and Powell and the rest of them. Well, it's America, the First Amendment. Like we're morons, like we don't know what the First Amendment is. You mean that same First Amendment general, that same First Amendment mayor that you use to stifle political speech among American citizens? You mean that amendment? We know right from wrong. That's the bottom line. We, the people, we know right from wrong, and we are sick and tired of these phony leaders putting our country down and putting our people down. The most tolerant nation on the face of the earth because we, the people, are tolerant. Foreigners trying to get into this country any way possible. Why? Because we're not the Middle East. That's why. As I've said time and time again, you want to know who slaughters Muslims? You want to know who tortures Muslims? You want to know who kills gays? You want to know who kills adulterers? You want to know who's against women's rights? Then go to the Middle East. He got it all right there. Right there, 7th century, right there for you to see. You don't even have to go to a museum. There it is. We have to be tolerant. Tolerant of an imam and a group like CARE with ties to Hamas. Hamas that if it had its way, would do what Hitler failed to do. Hamas, that's tied to the Islamo-Nazi regime in Iran, tied to Hezbollah, oh, we're just supposed to ignore it. We may be tolerant, but we're not suicidal. There's a difference. I don't give a damn what Mayor Bloomturd has to say. Let him chase trans fats. That's what he's good at. Or chase women. That's what he's good at. I don't give a damn what Powell said since he left the military. He's been a pathetic politician. He just spews out whatever he hears in Georgetown these days. We don't need these politicians and these phony leaders of ours telling us anything. They need to listen to us for once. When it comes to foreign policy, when it comes to domestic policy, these are the very people who keep our border wide open, that allow terrorists and others to come into this country. These are the people who do not uphold the rule of law. These are the people who have bankrupted this nation so they can pay off their cronies and build monuments to themselves and force entitlements down our throats that we don't even want. They're going to lecture us, and then we're told by backbenchers on our own team to keep voting them into office. You see, when push comes to shove, you can see the difference between the mice and the men. Men, unisex for this purpose. The mice and the men. The men who want change, who want to return to a constitutional republic, who are willing to put their necks on the line, support candidates that may or may not win, that may or may not be popular, but who are pledged to upholding the rule of law and giving us our country back. We are supporting those candidates. I know we're fighting against an entrenched establishment. We are fighting against the media. But we fight. We argue. We organize and we vote. We don't sit on our fat asses in Washington, D.C. or Manhattan and question everybody who dares to challenge this entrenched establishment. We're not trying to play footsie with our adversaries and our enemies. We want to defeat them. We have to defeat them. They're destroying our society. If we are not successful now, we will never be successful. Because this is the first step back to liberty. This is the first step back to a constitutional republic. It is that serious. America's reputation abroad. Really? Let me tell you something, you schmuck, you Piers Morgan. You're Europe. You're Europe. Gave us Hitler. You're Europe. Gave us Stalin and Lenin. Gave us Marx and Engels. We gave you a spine. World War I, the Yanks had to come. World War II, we not only saved our own country, we helped save yours. The only beacon of liberty where we spill American blood, all corners of the earth, not to conquer, not to terrorize, not to spread tyranny, but to save people, to liberate people, to protect people. Do we use our vast military strength and our nuclear weapons like an imperial nation? Do we conquer countries for their resources? We're really the only superpower in human history that has not abused its enormous power. And Piers Morgan, the new replacement for Larry King, he wants the viewers to know that Obama has done a great deal of good for the reputation of America abroad. You stinking you-know-what. I don't care what you think. I don't care what any of you and your fellow countrymen think. You don't like this country? Then get the hell out. Nobody's keeping you here. People come here from hellholes all over the world. Then we have these ethnic front groups and these liberal groups who want to litigate on their behalf. Any perceived slight shows what a racist, intolerant nation we are. So leave! If we are a racist, intolerant nation, leave! But they don't leave because they know we're not. We're the most tolerant and diverse society on the face of the earth. We don't give a damn where you come from, what your color is. We don't give a damn what your religion is, even if you have a religion. Nobody cares. Really, we don't give a damn. Just don't try and bully us and push us around. Our politicians may be weak. They may be spineless. They may be quislings. But we're not.